Hello, this is Melissa from Paint Party LI. Today we're making the Mason Jar String Art Vase, and we're going to get started by going through the supplies. So you'll have your wood board, your rustic pallet wood board. So be careful, it can be a little bit rough on the edges. It is pallet wood. You'll have a stencil. You'll have some nails, fairy lights, some jute twine, the string to go on it. Okay, and things you'll need are a hammer and some scissors. Okay, so we're gonna get started by placing the mason jar down towards the bottom of your board. This way the top part with the flowers will come out. Your kit will also include seasonal artificial flowers, 2 bunches of them. All right. I'm taking the nails now, and I'm going to start to go around the edge and nail it right on the black line. I'm going to leave about an inch or so in between, and then I'm just going to pick 2 lines to go across here so it has the top of a jar, but you can really, any of them, it doesn't have to be any specific line up there. Okay, so I'm lining it up. If you want to tape it down, you can. I don't really find the need to because it just kind of stays in place once you put the first 2 nails in. Okay. So now, when you tap the nails in, you want to tap it in enough that when you touch it, the nail doesn't move, but you still want it sticking out. Okay, it doesn't work. Don't worry about them being super straight or how measured out they are. That doesn't matter. What you need to do is pay attention to a little bit of the curve so you get the shape of it. So make sure you put a couple that are maybe a little closer together there. And then as you go down the straight side, you can really kind of space them out a little bit. So I'm going to work my way around. And again, when I get to the sides, they're a little bit further apart. And you just want to touch them, make sure they're not wiggly. Going all the way around the board. And then a couple that are a little bit closer as you get around that curve so that it gets that curved shape. Not too much closer, just a little bit closer together. Okay, so we're going all the way around. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight or perfectly measured, but you want to make sure that it's in enough that it's not wiggly. Okay. Going all the way around till I get back up to the top, and then I'm going to do 2 lines across the top for the lid, or for the lip of the jar rather. Okay, now I'm going to pick 2 lines and go across the top for the lip. Again, they should stick out enough that you can get string underneath them. Okay. That's it. Now before you pull off the paper, you want to go ahead and go across the nails. Make sure there's no loose ones. And then you're going to rip the paper off. Okay. All right, we're going to start putting on the fairy lights next. So you have fairy lights here. You're going to open them up, unravel them. Okay, there's a little plastic piece you take out at the end, and you'll be able to turn them on and off. Okay, I'm going to leave the end part, the part that is the controller, down at the bottom so I can tuck that behind and tape it up. And then I'm going to start just kind of randomly weaving the lights back and forth. Throughout. You can go really any direction with it until you're done wrapping it around. Okay, when you get to the end of it, just kind of wrap that wire around a few times to get it to stay. Okay, this way when I put my string over it, I'll have my lights underneath it. Okay, so you'll be able to turn them on and off with your little switch behind it, right? That'll get taped behind, or you can attach it however you like. I'm gonna turn the lights off. We're gonna start putting the string on. When I do the string, I'm just gonna pick one of the outside bottom nails here, and I'm going to double knot the string, the end of your twine. And this is jute twine. It's very kind of rustic, raw kind of string. What I'm going to do is work my way around the outside by wrapping it around and coming back, and wrapping it around and coming back. So I get the shape of the jar on the outside. Okay, I'm giving it an outline right now. And I'm going all the way around, so you'll see I'm coming up to the next nail and then back to the middle one. Up to the next nail and back to the middle one as I go all the way around, including that top part of the jar. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go across. All right, going across the entire jar. And then I'm going to work my way down and do that bottom lip, and I'll come back again. Okay. Okay, now I'm working my way back so that I can get back to the other side here. Coming back down, doing this side around the outside edge. Again, this is the border. I'm going across to the next one, coming back, looping it. Test my stuff here real quick. Okay, so I just wanted to test my lights out there and make sure that they were on. So if you want to wrap them with them on too, that's fine. Sometimes bending the wire a little bit too much makes them not light up very well. Okay, so I'm going all the way around the outside, doing that border. All the way around the outside. Going back to the one I started on. Now I'm going to come over here to the side, bring it back up, and I'm going to start stringing it across and looping it. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. Now, I'm looping these kind of straight across. They don't have to be perfectly straight across by any means, but you can also just do a zigzag pattern where you go all across everything the same way we did with the lights, and that looks really cool too. Just happy to doing this one technique here where I go up to the next one and I go across, and again, if they're not perfectly in a line, that's fine. I like it that way. I do like it to look a little bit more imperfect and more rustic kind of feeling. Okay, so I'm going all the way up. Actually, I'll do a little bit less on the string there, and I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to come around until I reach the last one that I want to have it on. And then I'm going to tie it, double tie it in a knot here. Okay, once you have that done, you can trim up that string. And then the last thing that you're going to do is go ahead and put the flowers in. All right, and that is your String Art Mason jar.